If you or someone you know has diabetes, you may have built up an extra supply of test strips and lancets. That's where we come in. We'll buy the supplies that you don't need and resell them to those in need to prevent waste. Help us make diabetes management more affordable. Visit us at teststripswithaz.com.
All right, we got Darren Stewart joining us on the program. Picked up a unanimous decision win a couple of weeks ago at UFC 238 in Chicago over Bevon Lewis. Darren, thank you for the time. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
I'm doing great, and it's great to have you here. Let's start with the big win in Chicago, taking on Bevon Lewis. You get the win, and I think it's safe to say that we're seeing an evolving, maturing Darren Stewart in the cage. Like, you had a game plan, you stuck to it. You ignored the crowd, who, by the way, aren't paying your bills. Let's keep that in mind. Is that fair to say that we're seeing a more polished product before our eyes right now?
Yeah, that's correct. You know what, yeah? You could have seen that a long time ago, but again, like you just said, yeah, the crowd didn't pay my bills. The old Darren would have reacted to the crowd, do something crazy, and might win or might get tapped or whatever. Do you know what I mean? That was the old Darren. The new Darren was like, F the crowd, I'm going to secure this win, and that's it. So, yeah, you could have seen a much improved Darren time ago, but mentally, I just wasn't there, you know?
It's funny you say that, like the fighting, the training, the camps, the diets, all that stuff. Like, all those things for a fighter are obviously things that require a lot of work, a lot of discipline, but figuring that part of the game out sometimes, like getting the win is the most important thing at the end of the day. And sometimes it takes fighters a little while to realize that, because you want to be fan friendly, you want the crowd to be entertained and things like that. As a guy who came into the UFC 6-0 with a lot of highlight reel finishes, having the start you had to your UFC career, how important is that? And at the same time, how much extra focus does it take for a guy like you with a style like yours to keep that focus, to focus on getting the win first before anything else?
It's hard, man. A guy like me, it's hard because I'm a nutcase. You know me, like I love to stand and bang, you know, and I love to please the crowd. But the game's evolving every day, innit? And like you have to be mature now. You know what I'm saying? You got to do things. You got to be how can I say it? Like, I don't want to say it, but you got to be selfish, innit? You got to do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? And I've been where he is. I said it before. I said it many times. I've been where he is. I know he's on 2 losses now. I lost 3 in a row. But again, you got to learn from it. You know, you got to evolve as a fighter, man. You got to sit down and really talk to yourself. I've done a lot of training. I had a mental coach. You know, I've gone full-time training. I've done so much to find the final product of Darren Stewart. And you know what? Saying that, yeah, I don't want to say to you final product, because every day we learn something new. Do you know what I mean? We learn something new. So that last fight there, you know, you're going to see an even better Darren Stewart next time. Yeah, it's been a crazy journey, man. It's been a crazy journey, you know.
I know heading into that one, you had essentially been preparing for a fight since the end of last year. So it was kind of a long camp for you, because you're supposed to get in the octagon, from what I understood, a few months before UFC 238. It didn't really work out for you to get back in there. And I'm sure you were able to take that time to get better in a lot of ways, focus mentally, physically on a lot of different things. Was that kind of frustrating, waiting so long to book a fight, since you've been so active throughout your career?
At the beginning, it was frustrating. I was meant to fight in March in my hometown, and I was on the card, and then for some reason the guy I had meant to fight, he broke his leg, so they meant to find me someone new, and then they didn't want to find me someone new. I didn't bother asking why. I got frustrated, but then at the same time, my close friends to me were saying to me, you know what, yeah, take this time out to improve. And easier than done, because look, you know, UFC hardly comes to the UK. So the one time it's here, I really want to get on it, and I didn't get on it, so it's frustrating. But then I listened to my friends and said, you know what, they're right, take this time out to improve, and look what happened. And at the end of the day, that was a fight night, you know. Things happen for a reason. They put me in a numbered card this time. Do you know what I mean? So even better, big and better. I would say because the Americans love me, but obviously, you know, from the booze, they don't love me. But yeah, not anymore. But yeah, it was frustrating, man. But like I said, I've grown as a fighter inside the cage and outside the cage. So I'm not going to cry about it. You know what I mean? I've got to move on and then deal with it. And that's what I did.
We talked about the tough start to your UFC career, but you've certainly been on a nice little run as of late. You've won 3 of your last 4 fights, and even the loss to Shabazian was a super close split decision, probably with the time off and what you've learned throughout those months getting ready for the Bevon Lewis fight. You kind of wish you could have that one back and kind of fast forward to the future a little bit. But Do you feel like things are starting to really come together for you right now in the UFC? I mean, you talked about working with the mental coach and taking this time to get better in a lot of different ways. Do you feel like, everything's starting to come together for you now?
It is, man. That's how I feel. But at the end of the day, it's MMA. We can sit and have this chat now and say, yeah, it's coming together. At my next fight, something terrible could happen. You just don't know, innit? That's a sport, innit? But deep down inside my heart, I feel like everything's coming together. That as long as I'm positive and I'm feeling strong about myself, then that's all that matters. But yeah, it does. I mean, that last fight, yeah, I was only getting 60-70%. I wasn't even there yet. I wasn't even doing 100%. Do you know what I'm saying? Not being big-headed or arrogant. It's the truth. Like, if I unleashed 100%, I would have killed the guy. Do you know what I mean? So I was really just sparring him. I was just sparring him, really. Do you know what I mean? Because think about me, yeah. If I say to myself, I'm going to a fight, which I am, I tend to tense up, and then I tend to be this heavy banging guy, which is okay for the crowd. Do you know what I mean? But it's a 50-50. I might bang the guy, I might not. When I think fight in my head, but when I think sparring, full contact sparring, I perform at my best, and that's what I did for this fight. My coach kept saying to me, look, go in there and spar, because when you're in the gym, when you spar, you're happy, you're smiling, you're dancing, you're moving, like your cardio's good, you're mentally there. Just go and spar. If you tell me fight, it'll be like a night out after a club, swinging out the street. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and I've done that too many times. Do you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's 50-50. You know what I mean? It's good for the crowd, but it's not good for me. But me sparring now, as I want to call it, I know you know it's a fight, but for me, mentally, I call it sparring. I'm done like 70-30, 80-20. Do you know what I mean? I'm at my best. And that last fight was only 60-70%. So I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm there now. Like, I came from a taekwondo background, right? And that involves a lot of movement. And I kind of let go of that. I don't know why. After my first loss, I felt like it didn't work out. If you watch every fight of my UFC career, every fight is different. That's why I feel sorry for the guy that tries to prepare for me, because every fight is different. You don't know what you're going to get. And I got rid of it, and I started being this next kind of boxing guy. And okay, I won some, but still it wasn't me. So the last fight of my contract, I said to my friends, my coaches, everyone around me, like, I just want to do me again, do taekwondo again. Do you know what I mean? Just be me, go in there, dance, and just be light on the feet. And that's what I did. And now I'm happy. I'm not going back to the old Darren. There's a time and place for banging. As you know, when I hit Bevon, he didn't want to come. When I hit Bevon, he didn't want to come towards me. Do you know what I mean? And when the crowd were booing, I got people saying it's a boring fight. But at the end of the day, he didn't want to bring it. If he came forward to me, we would have had it. Do you know what I mean? Would have thrown down. But I'm not going to go and chase him. That's what the crowd wants me to do. Go chase him. But then if I get knocked out, whatever, they go home back to their normal jobs and I've lost. Do you know what I mean? So I'm there now, man. New improved Darren, man. I'm looking forward to the next one. I don't know when it is, but I'm looking forward to it, man.
You had mentioned to the media after the win that you wanted to take a bit of a break after that long camp, but that could all change the next morning when you woke up. So did that change for you Sunday morning after some Baileys on the rocks and a celebratory night in Chicago?
You know about the Baileys on the rocks, yeah? Mentally, it didn't change, but physically it had to change because I was too busted up in it, to fight the next day as I said I would. But my manager did mention to me, when was it? 2 weeks after, I'll say, after the fight, my manager said to me, there's a fight. It was 2 weeks after.
No, it was last weekend.
Yeah, about 2 weeks after, yeah. After the fight, my manager said, there's a fight in is it Greenville, 5-0 debut guy. You want to take that? And I was like, I said to my missus, should I take it? She goes, no, hell no. Like, you've been in camp since November, you ain't taking it. And obviously I'm injured anyway, you know what I mean? And I said to him, I can't take it. But he said, don't worry, Darren. I just have to ask, you know what I mean? I just have to ask. So mentally, no, it didn't change. But physically, yeah, it did change my mind, man. But mentally, to fight next day, yeah, I was on it. But physically, I wasn't.
Well, the fighter that you're speaking of right now would have to be Deron Winn, I would assume, who just made his debut against Eric Spicely, who took the fight on 6 days' notice, and those two put on one hell of a fight. They beat the hell out of each other for 3 rounds. Deron Winn improves to 6-0, gets his first win in the UFC, and we've all seen on Twitter over the last few days. in your own stylistic way, you've been seemingly calling out Mr. Deron Winn. At least that's what it looks like. And then you guys have been going back and forth. And sometimes it looks like you guys are kind of Twitter fighting, and then other times you're showing a lot of respect and trying to see who the funnier guy between the two of you is. How did this all begin? Was it just being approached about the fight to begin with? Like, how did this all begin between you and Deron Winn to try to get a fight in the future?
Let me correct that, because obviously, like, you don't know what happened in it, because you just said I called him out. I don't call out no one. What happened was one fan said, "Oh yeah, the next fight should be good between Darren and Winnie the Pooh, whatever his name is, yeah, against him." And he was like, "Yeah, how about big boy? How about we go at it, whatever?" I said, "Yeah, cool, let's go at it." Do you know what I mean? And then he started talking a bit more nonsense, innit? Yeah, and I let it go. And then I was like, "Huh?" I don't know, he was just saying, I ignored it, he was saying some sort of nonsense. I just let it go. And after that comment about, "Yeah, big boy, let's have it," I said, "Yeah, let's go. And then the fans, I keep pushing it. And he's feeding off it now, innit, yeah? So then I was like, you know what? I said, and I put this post out, right? And I was not talking about him, yeah? I said, when I hit people, yeah, right? They're going to know. I said something like, when I hit people, they're gonna know about it. But then all of a sudden, they want to go to like wrestling me. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that along them lines on my caption, innit? Because I said wrestling, yeah. He's come out now and said, "Oh, don't indirect some." What did he say?
He said to tag. He said for you to tag him so that he could see it himself.
Yeah. Say my name, like tag me. Say my name. And I thought to myself, I want to say your name. I'll say your name. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't even talking about you, because I said wrestling. He automatically thought it was him. But if you watch my fights, yeah, when I hit people, they want to grapple me. It's just how it goes. I'm not talking about him. Do you know what I mean? So then he started going, "Yeah, you know, I want to put you in a deep ocean." And I thought, put me in a deep ocean. Do you know who I am? I've been for you. You just had one fight in the UFC. I've been in deep waters. There's nothing this midget can do, yeah, to put me in deep waters. Are you crazy, man? And he goes to me, "Oh yeah, all right, boy. Bring your floaties, yeah, your armbands and that. And I hope your mum and this and that." And I thought, oh, yeah, sign a petition to sign you off so I can give a baby boy a beating and that. I'm thinking, oh, you're getting mums involved. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, you know, it's nothing personal." I said, "Okay, yeah, it's nothing personal, but I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw you, you look like your mum just gave birth, you little shit." Do you know what I mean? So, like, don't play this game. If they think I'm just a UFC fighter, they'll just look at it and just not say nothing. Look, I grew up in school trashing and talking and cussing, you know what I mean? So, and I've gotten to him, I've gotten to everyone on my Twitter, no one's got back to me yet. And anyone that wants to come on to me, they can get it the same way. I don't just do the smoke inside the cage, I do the smoke outside the cage. And I heard from him since. And I've got him with loads of cusses as well, talking about put me in the deep waters and that. I said, "Yeah, you bring my floaters, you bring your stool, can you even stand up in the shallow end?" Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got loads for this guy, loads of ammunition, man. And yeah, loads of combats. And I heard from him since. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, he started it. He definitely started it, man. I finished it. He started, I finished it. And that's how the fight will go. He will start and I'll finish it. Listen, let me get into it, yeah, right? I'm in the middleweight category, right? And all the guys are bigger than me, fact. They're all taller than me, they're all long range than me, do you know what I mean? So in my training camps, yeah, I have to find people that size to train with. So what does that tell you? I'm normally training with people his size anyway, a bit bigger because he's short. But I train with people his size anyway. So that's me on a daily basis. He don't want this fight, because you're giving me what I normally train with. Do you know what I mean? If it's someone like Bevon, I have to find someone with a long reach like Bevon. I have to find someone with the same height as Bevon, kind of same style. But him, literally, I'll put my hand on his forehead, yeah, and he'll be windmilling like this, trying to come towards me. That's what I'll be doing to him, seriously, man. He don't want it, man. He thinks he's been hit, yeah. Like, I'm not being funny, yeah. Big up to Spicy, because Spicy my guy. Even though we fought, yeah. Big up to Spicy, yeah. But he's talking about, I done 300 and something significant strikes. Yeah, you at 3 rounds. I done about 30 something significant strikes, and I put him out with a jab. Do you know what I mean? I rearranged his face, yeah. And he even put down and saying, "I never been hit so hard in my life." What did he say about you? Nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's not go there. I'll hurt this kid, man. Seriously, man. I'll hurt this kid.
Well, I want to thank you for clarifying that, because the first thing that I saw was his response. So, you know, trying to put 2 and 2 together on social media is really difficult to do. So I'm glad you clarified how this all started. Did you get to watch the fight with Deron and Eric Spicely on Sunday?
I saw the last round. I logged into it late. It was crazy. I think Bellator was on as well at the same time. So I was trying to switch over and that. I was watching my friend Meatball Molly. Then I went over to Bellator. And then I went back over to UFC, but then I saw the last round. and it looked kind of slow. I mean, I heard it was a good fight. Do you know what I mean? But the last round looked kind of slow, and you know, Spicy weren't really giving it back, and I don't know. I'm a different guy, man. I'm different. He don't want to stand and bang with me. He don't. Listen, yeah. If he does, yeah, it'll be a good fight. I'm all about good fight. Do you know what I mean? But I know when I hit people, yeah, they curl up. He's a wrestler. He said to me in a tweet, yeah, look, yo, I'll give you 1 round, and if you don't do nothing, then I'll put you in deep ocean. What 1 round? Don't give me 1 round. Don't. It's the wrong thing you can do, man. Seriously. I will hurt this kid, man. He don't know, man. He thinks he's been hit. I've had it from my amateur days all the way up until now, innit? Yeah. Everyone thinks they can handle him until I get in front of them. You know what I mean? I'll make him swing and miss, right? You know what? I'm gonna get into it, man. I'll hurt him, man. He ain't been hit before. I ain't checked his record. I know he's 6-0 now, right?
Yep. Yeah,
I don't know who he's fought. No, I don't want to go into it too deep. I don't know his fought, but I don't think he's fought anyone like me. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what it is.
One of the things I found interesting about what you said is because I talked to Spice Lee the other day because I wanted to get his take on everything. Him, you know, getting released from the UFC, making his way back, having a fight of the night like that. And, you know, he basically described it as like the best loss one could take. And he learned a lot from it. And he's learned a lot since he got released from the UFC. And obviously his striking's improved and everything. But one of the things he said was like, hey, it's really tough for a guy like me to find a guy of his size, his height, that's 185 pounds to work with. And I think that's going to give middleweights in the UFC a little bit of a problem because he can train with guys that are my size anytime he wants to. You're saying that you have guys that are his size, that are kind of his stature that you can train with all the time.
Loads, man. You know the short man syndrome is in the UK, man. You know what I mean? You American guys are big, so it's always going to have the big guys there. So it's good for him. You know what I mean? Happy days, good for him. Do you know what I mean? Here's the opposite. You don't have many big guys here. I've got to search for them. You know what I mean? Some guys even go abroad. Do you know what I mean? Like, I ain't got them. More time we got guys his size or just a bit taller. Do you know what I mean? To train with. That includes for the striking game. That includes the ground game. You know, wrestling. That includes the ground game. Like, I've got people his size. I train with every day. I used to go to training sometimes. Not even used to. Sometimes I still go training. To know big guys. Okay, I've got to train with you little guys. I'm not going to beat you up, but I use them for speed. You know what I mean? So because obviously they're smaller and quicker. So I use them for speed. He don't want this, man. He don't want this, man. I just hope he has to come in. He has to come in, you know, man. And I've already proven, yeah, that no matter how big you are, what range you are, yeah. If Bevon's got the reach, yeah, and Bevon couldn't get in, how is this midget gonna get in? I don't know. And if he does get in, it's all right. It is all right because you know, and I know, I love to throw down. So, and that's what he's looking for, innit? Do you know what I mean? But I want to play with him. I dictate the fight, innit? I choose where I want to go. If I want to throw down, I'll throw down. If I want to stand on range, I stand on range. He needs me to throw down with him. You know what I mean? He's looking for a good fight. Yeah? He needs that, innit? Yeah. That's the only option he's got. I've got too many options, man. Too many.
It sounds like, you know, just with your evolution and how you've matured in the game, it sounds like you're pretty indifferent about who you fight. But is Deron Winn at the top of your list right now, or does it really matter at this point?
Nah, man. I mean, he's there. Him and what's the other guy's name that's been calling me out, man? He won on that show as well, bro. Is it Kevin Holland? What's his name?
Kevin Holland?
Yeah. He called me out quite long ago as well, man. He's known for trash talking, isn't he? Yeah, I'm not going to entertain that one because that's just how he is, innit? He's not well. Like, that's just how he is, innit? So he does that. Do you know what I mean? He's the kind of person that he'll trash talk and then win or lose, he'll be alright with you afterwards. So he's alright. Do you know what I mean? So on my list now, it's probably him and that Winn. I don't know. Darren Winn. I keep forgetting his name.
Deron Winn, yeah.
Yeah, Deron Winn. Yeah. Him and them two so far. You see me, yeah. I'm back. Mentally, I'm back. Stylistically, I'm back. So my style can beat anyone. The old Darren would have been thinking, oh, should I fight him or would I do all right against him? No, the style I got now is better for everyone. From number 1 to number 10 to number 20, my style is good for anyone. So they're on my list, but it's not listless. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's not that deep. Like, it's just like, yeah, if it comes, it comes. If it not, I'll fight someone else. Not a problem.
Perfect world, ideally, when would you like to get back in there?
Me and my people have decided maybe September. Everyone's screaming for me to go. Is it Denmark or
Copenhagen, yeah.
I think end of September or beginning of September, Abu Dhabi one. But that's probably gonna be full up anyway. But that's the aim right now anyway. So don't fight till September. I don't usually say this, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, next 2 months, but I got to give time back to my family, man. I've been training since November. I'm still training now. I started back like last week, so, but not like training camp training, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I've got to be sensible and just say September. Again, mentally, nah. But physically, like how my body's feeling, I've got to do September. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully September. You never know, UFC might be a bit longer. I don't know.
Well, that's great. And kind of, it's been really great to kind of see you evolve and kind of see where you're at right now mentally and physically. You know, it was a great performance against Bevon, getting the win like that. Kind of seeing this path that you're on right now. And I don't know, I don't want you to like make predictions or anything, but just kind of like visualizing where you're going to be about, 6 months to a year from now. Let's just say like 1 year from right now, you and I talk. Where do you see yourself in terms of rankings, in terms of positioning in the company? Like, are we fighting top 5 guys at this point? Like, where are you seeing yourself a year from right now, the way on the trajectory you're on at this point?
Well, we all know, it's in God's hands. I can't predict the future, but how I feel where I'll be is definitely top 10, definitely. But you see, I work with this performance coach, and he says stuff like, "Don't worry about the result, innit? You know what I mean? Take care of the process. The process will take care of itself, and the result will come." So I'm imagining, top 10, but that's not. I'm not thinking that far ahead too far. You know what I mean? Because that's how you put pressure on yourself. I've been down that road too many times. Baby steps, baby steps. I get through this guy. Okay. I've been re-signed as well. I'm waiting for the contract to come, by the way. So they want to re-sign, which is good. Thank God.
Great.
So deal with it. Yeah. So deal with this contract. Deal with this fight. Deal with the second fight. Deal with the third fight. Deal with the fourth fight. How many fights they give me, and then we'll get there. Do you know what I mean? Because what I used to do is straight away, UFC something I always wanted, and before I had a fight, I was like, yeah, I want to be a champion. Do you know what I mean? And then I was hearing rumors about, if you don't perform well or you don't win the first fight or two, I heard so many rumors that they'll let you go. So already I thought to myself, I put pressure on myself, oh my God, they'll let you go. And then there's no contract. Then you can't feed your family. Do you know what I mean? So for me, mentally, I don't think that far ahead. I'm a bit more mature now, so I can tell you how I feel. Yeah, top 10 by next year. But I'm not thinking that deeply. Do you know what I mean? I'm taking it as it comes. You know what I mean? Usually you don't know what could happen.
You're taking the Bill Belichick, head coach of the New England Patriots approach. One day at a time, one game at a time.
That's how it goes, man. It's life. That's how it goes, man. You don't know, man. I'm getting re-signed. I could smash my guy in the first contract. You know what I mean? The first fight of my third contract. But then they might say, Darren, you know what? It's not what we're looking for. Let you go. You just don't know. So I can't really say to you that I'm gonna be top 10. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm confident and I want to be by next year. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, it's in God's hands. You don't know what will be, and I'm taking it one step at a time, man. But I do feel like where I want to be is top 10. By next year.
It's a good way to look at it, and I think you got the social media were buzzing a little bit about a potential fight between you and Deron Winn. I think that'd be a lot of fun. It'd be an interesting stylistic matchup. Fun. I'd love to see how that all plays out.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I'm all about that. I gave not just him. I gave it to everyone. Everyone on my Twitter got that smoke. They got that smoke, man. I'm telling you, man. We can cuss, not a problem. I'm not gonna go to some of the cusses because this is a little interview, and I don't want to say too much bad stuff. You know what I mean? But if you go on my Twitter, you see it. It's all there. People are backing me up as well. People are hating, and it's gone quiet. Yesterday, I was so bored. I even put another tweet. I said, "Where's all these? Where the f is all these trolls gone? You tried to throw it on me, and now you're gone quiet. Come on, like I'm calling out people now. Do you know what I mean? The trollers, and I'm not hearing nothing back. So I'm ready for them. I'm ready for them."
I love it, man. Darren Stewart joining us, coming off his big win at UFC 238 over Bevon Lewis. We'll see what's next for him, hopefully in September, maybe in Abu Dhabi, maybe in Copenhagen. But whenever that is, we're excited to see it. Before we let you go, Darren, let the folks know where to enjoy your social media chatter. Enjoy you calling out the trolls on Twitter, wherever it is. Sponsors, shout-outs, anything else you want to get off your chest, take the floor, please.
Yeah, man. So Darren_MMA. That's the same for Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Darren_MMA. Also, I want to shout out ISO Sports, Vigor 8, High Guard Athletics, Battles of London, Wage Noor, MMA Gangster, all the guys have been supporting me, when it comes to like nutrition, clothing, photo shoot, everything, every little thing that can help me. Do you know what I mean? Shout out my boys, Curtis and Mo. You know, that's my team. That's a TDP team, the Dentist Partnership team. Shout out my cousin as well, Jermaine McIntosh. He's helped me with the judo and the grappling, and also my nutrition as well. Shout out my coaches, Paul Hines, Chris Carley, and Michael Russell. My manager, Graham, Team Intensity, and yeah, my missus, my son. This can go on for days. I'm not going to bore you. Shout out everyone I miss. Yeah, shout out everyone, man.
All right, Darren, enjoy your family time. Look forward to seeing you hopefully in a couple of months back in the octagon. Appreciate the time.
Peace, man. Thank you very much, man. Thank you.